My legacy and my lineage are divine in origin, and it was revealed to me since my youth that I would one day rule our great Kemet.
I have a vision of taking the play across Africa to 8 to 10 cities. And so to have the opportunity to start and just, try to implement the concept in Kampala, Uganda during this theater festival was golden for me. The other thing about Uganda that struck me, and this goes for many places around the world, is there's some tension around women and their role. The civil servants are required to wear a very strict dress code, especially women, no colored nail polish, no short skirts, etc., etc. Before I arrived, I was aware that women in Uganda had been protesting sexual assault. There was a serial rapist who was raping women in very brutal ways in Uganda. So there was issues around women that I found poignant, and one of the most amazing things about this play, which is the core of most of my work as an artist, is to create work that gives women a voice and that empowers them. And I'm really happy that when people see the play, that they have that reaction.
And although I lived many lifetimes ago, my legacy lives on. It lives on in the Liberian women who demand peace, the Congolese women who dream and work for a rape-free world, the little Somalian girl who attends school amidst famine, the women who sit on parliament in South Africa. When you see these women of your world, you see me.
One of the major highlights of the trip was the opportunity to visit the Samaritan's Way kindergarten and orphanage. And this was so near and dear to my heart because The Woman Who Would Be King, I've decided that every single time that I perform the play for profit, that there should be a not-for-profit aspect, and I'm calling it an educational initiative. But what I like to do is go out in the community and either perform or do something that can make a difference. And so we were able to bring them money to cover their rent until the end of the year. We were able to bring them 4 times the amount of books that they had. And it was incredible to see the work that they're doing there to make these kids feel at home and ensure that they get the best education that they can with whatever resources they have available.
It lives on in the businesswoman mothers, the daughters who dare to be Marines, the policewoman sisters. It lives on in the little girl who plays with little boys and beats them at their games, the female soldier who becomes a high-ranking officer, the wife of a politician who dares to run for president, and on, and on, and on.
It was, I think, one of the most powerful plays I've seen today. I think I'm always interested in anything to do with feminism, and I feel like she brought it all together. She brought it so wonderfully together. I'd read that text before, but just seeing it on play was just powerful and intense. And I think she's one of the best actresses I've seen in theatre so far.
For me, it kind of came really, really powerful, fully at the end when she incorporated the present day political comments and ramifications. Mm-hmm. I mean, it is a very interesting piece of work by itself. What she introduced at the end really made it for me. And yeah.
It's really a very necessary story that needs to be told because I consider myself a very historically savvy person. I never heard this story before. So I just hope that we can continue to create spaces and opportunity for especially women of color to keep telling stories of this nature, and so that we can keep pulling from our ancestry and keep pulling from the people who have paved the way and done so many amazing things for us that we can continue to pull from them and draw from them so that we stand on their shoulders and build up and get performances such as these.
Strong women have been a part of African history. We are not just the carriers of the burden and the bearers of the next king, but we can be, as shrewd, as political, as powerful, as intelligent as this queen was. And I was amazed by how she acted all the different roles and how the stage was very simply managed, very simply put together, and yet it took us to this other world. I would wish sometime in the future that this is a play that every high school student on this planet could see.
It's important that we feed the next generation as much inspiration as possible. And in Africa especially, it means a lot to me because these are people who look like me, who I could be them, and I want to use my art in a way that can empower them, that can spark them to dream a little bigger. Even in the worst of circumstances, I think just having a little spark can make a huge difference in someone's life.
I am Hatshepsut, His Majesty herself. It only takes one woman to change the world.